live for a round of 16 match between two very strong runners, gameboyf9 and up2ng. We're going to start here in a moment, and these are actually two of the top 5 runners that we have in SRL. gameboyf9 is the number 2 runner in SRL, and up2ng is number 5, which is this is an extremely strong race for and we are off. I'm sorry, I'm hearing double. Here we go. We have a torch. We have Erdrick's sword to start. And a magic key. So this is a very easy start for both our runners. Erdrick's sword, 40 attack power. Anything they see is going to be completely... Magician will die to one shot. You're on gameboyf9 side. I say that and he only does 10 damage. I'm sorry. $35 HP to start is insanely good, and we have a town to start to the southeast. Both runners are going to have no problem getting progression. The skeleton is doable as well. That's going to be level 3 for gameboyf9. We have 12 power, 9 agility, 24 hit points, and 13 magic, and a spell that we haven't seen yet. And the town is coal. We have magic armor at the town. Let's see what the search spot gives us. If it's Erdrick's armor, this is a dream start. It's Erdrick's armor in coal. This is a dream start. We have Erdrick's armor and Erdrick's sword within 2 minutes of the start of this seed. The only thing our runners are missing is a good shield, and that's about it. We need some spells, but you know, we're gonna get some spells at this point, and I can't even keep up with the level ups at this point because we're looking at level 5 on gameboyf9 side and level 4 on up2ng side. up2ng is yet to see this town. He's still grinding on these desert tiles. Hurt More is available in the first 5 levels. First 4 levels. Red Dragons being in the south zone is going to hurt our runner's ability to do progression at this point, but we haven't seen... Okay, so the north is completely, you know, a peninsula, but to the south, oh, there's another town. And we have Hawksness. Hawksness has been found at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. With Hurtmore and Erdrick's sword, this is completely doable. But it's going to be hard to run from this red dragon with 20 26 agility. It's basically impossible at this point. They're hoping for Edric's token to be at that spot, but you know, it's gonna be, they're gonna have the chance to go back there. You know, if there's a good grind spot, this could be a very, very fast seed, because Hawksness being so close to the starting area, that means that, you know, if there's a good start there, you know, if that's an Axe Knight or a you know, maybe a Blue Dragon or something like that, you know, it's going to be really strong to start. But we've seen really tough monsters, and we got up2ng getting his Eric's armor about 2 minutes behind gameboyf9. Level 6 on, we are level 6 to gameboyf9. We're already sitting on 71 HP. And an Armor Knight is the trap tile monster, which actually makes for a good grind. And he casts Hurt. That is actually really, really advantageous to both of our runners. 172 experience to both of our runners. That gives gameboyf9 level 7. And that makes a very strong... Oh, and heal more. At this point, it makes for a very strong grind at this point. This is an incredibly fast start for both of our runners. Both of these runners are extremely strong. These are both top 5 runners, in my opinion, in DWR. And just gameboyf9 getting these early Axe Knights is putting him in a huge lead. I don't think he checked the spot, though. I don't think he actually searched. Level 8 for gameboyf9, 11 power, 4 agility, 16 hit points. He wants to take a Death Warp right here. He's already sitting on 95 HP. That's like 2 HP away from endgame stats. This is going to be fast. If we find caves early, this is going to be a very, very fast seed. up2ng has the Radiant spell, and I missed what it was. It looked like Garen's Grave. Yes, it is Garen's Grave. There's 5 chests in Garen's Grave, 2 of them guarded by a magic key. If up2ng, on these 3 pretty accessible chests, if he finds a magic key, this could actually open up the seed quite a bit for him. We have gameboyf9, who's clearly decided that the early Armor Knight grind is the way to go. He is just tearing through the early levels. He's going to have... This is going to give him level 9. We have up2ng trying to attack a... You know, Edric's Sword being in the starting is just completely opened up this seed. There's so much intermediate enemies that are completely open. Even a Stone Man, which is a 155 experience item, Silver Harp, Wings, and Magic Key. That's actually huge for up2ng. He can go back to the castle We'll see if he wants to go back to the castle and spend his money to get more keys. I think that's what he's going to do right now. He has a key. I think he wants to death warp and get as much experience as he can. But he's going to have the gold to completely... He's going to take his key, I think, and take it to the castle and unlock that one door and completely fill up on keys. He's going to be able to see what that cave is in the castle, and he's going to be able to oh, actually, he's gonna... if there's a gold chest, I'm sorry, if there's a gold chest in this treasury, he actually can gold grind from here. So, like I thought, up2ng's catching up on keys, going towards the treasury and the castle. If there's gold in one of these chests, there's gold grind. Absolutely. Well, he opened that one first, which... Okay, so there's 2 gold chests, which makes... He can actually grind for herbs and gold. And there is a town available. But we have gameboyf9 on your left-hand side, has an 1100 XP advantage, and he is just running ahead. 67 strength at this point. You know, we're 11 minutes into the seed, and he has 107 attack power. To be honest, that's about 23 away from endgame stats at this point. 106 HP is enough HP as you need to beat the game. 73 MP is also, you know, at this point, very strong. I haven't seen a silver shield available, Oregon. We have up2ng. He's going to check out going to fill up on keys with the gold that he's got. Erdrick's sword, Erdrick's armor. It kind of devalues the gold grind because all you need is a shield. up2ng has found a cave. And this is Erdrick's cave. I'm not too familiar with the names of this cave, but this is the cave that has 1 chest. This chest could be very useful. Both of our runners are still looking for the Stones of Sunlight. And it's just a curse spell. But the outside spell means it's not too much of a time loss. Well, we have gameboyf9 on the left-hand side. Exactly, Lorgon. There's a ton of exploration left in this seed, but gameboyf9 at level 11, 13 minutes into this seed with Erdrick's sword and Erdrick's armor, and the repel spell means that he can, for the most part, he can explore at his leisure, I would say. He's found another town. This is I'm not the greatest with town names. I call this town Skinny Town. There is a I'm sorry, there's a locked key chest in this town. This door, which maybe he doesn't have the keys to explore it, but that town holds 3 chests and a hidden cave behind a magic key door. We saw Charlock. Charlock is not very far from the starting area. Nothing is found. I'm sorry I missed that the first time, but there's nothing in the search bot of Hawksness, and we have up2ng getting his grind on. $172 experience per attack. It's very strong, and it's a good end game grind. Like, you know, anything they do is going to once they find all the items, you know, they can just come back here. It's a 30-second walk away from the starting area, and they can get as many levels as they want from it. I like the ability of gameboyf9 getting these many levels and 122 HP and the repel spell to just do. This is for our new viewers. This is actually really strong because he has the ability to explore without seeing many enemies, and the enemies that he does see, he can deal with hurt more. So his exploration, even though they have a lot of exploration still to do, he's got all his tools to completely see everything in this map. Oh, am I so quiet, Lord? Can you guys hear me? Okay. gameboyf9. All this massive swamp is no problem with somebody who has Erdrick's armor, which does no damage on these swamp tiles. Yeah, I don't think he actually checked Hawksness, but to be honest, finding Erdrick's armor, the only thing that you could find is Fairy's Flute or Erdrick's Token. So if he didn't check that and it was Erdrick's Token, that could actually be like a mistake on his point. This is the Jet Seeds of Jet Seeds family. I don't think we're going to be here for too long. Golems killable for gameboyf9. Level 12 was achieved by him. I didn't see the stat increase for level 12. 132 HP, which makes the death necklace a thing. Shockingly, we're 18 minutes into the seed, and we're actually maybe not that far away from endgame stats. Me, when I play, 130 attack power is what I'm looking for with a decent amount of MP. And if you look at the stats on Game Boy F9, 114 attack power, 85 MP. He's already sitting on 10 heal mores. 114 attack power isn't enough, but he has enough HP to use the Death Necklace, which the Death Necklace in Dragon Warrior Randomizer, it cuts your HP by 25%, but gives you 10 attack power. So if he finds that, he will be sitting at about 98 HP, but 124 attack power. And anything above 97 HP is good for you because the Dragon Lord 2 can do 48 damage to you a turn based on his breath. So when we run this, we want to at least have 97 HP because he can do 48 to us back to back. Game Boy F9 got his silver harp from the Garen's grave. I'm not sure if he has a key to go deeper. And if you guys have multiple screens in front of you, I know I'm looking at 2 monitors right now. If you have a tablet in front of you at the same time, we have another round of 16 match going on with my friend Tilo going on. I'm not sure who he's against, actually. I hyped that up and I didn't actually know who he's facing. He's against Zarnax 42, is a very strong racer. Will, I'm sorry. I just knew Tilo's racing right now. At the same time on Randomania 1, I believe. So if you have 2 screens in front of you, get both these races going on. I know that the people who are calling that race, very skilled racers. This is an absolutely stacked tournament. What we're looking at right now, I'm going to look it up on SRL while we're waiting. This is a round of 16 match, and you are watching the number 1 racer of Dragon Warrior Randomizer against the number 10 racer. And up2ng is better than the number 10 racer, believe me. So what we're looking for right now, we haven't found Erdrick's token. We haven't found the Stones of Sunlight. We haven't found the Death Necklace, which in this seed is going to actually be important. But we're only 23 minutes in this seed, and both of our racers, level 12 and level 11. I've played this game and I've been level 11 an hour into a race. This is randomizer for you. Up2ng finding Skinny Town. I believe he has the key to check it, which we haven't seen at this point. Has not checked it. Maybe doesn't have the, the key. We have both our runners doing just some basic exploration. I think they're both looking for the mountain cave at this point, because the mountain cave probably has the Stones of Sunlight. This northern zone. Okay, this is Skinny Town. He has it. Silver Shield picked up. It's gives him 78 defense power, which I assume he's gonna get a couple more levels at this point, which I think will give him enough defense power to start to defense break some enemies. And this is our first chance to see these 3 chests that we have here in Skinny Town. We have gold, we have empty, is probably an herb, and the death necklace, which is important because he's sitting on 132 HP, which effectively gives him a effective HP of effective attack power of 124, which, you know, that's a 6 to 12 ability to hit the Dragon Lord at 26 minutes into this seed. And the cave behind Skinny Town is the Jerk Cave. We'll be back here at some point. Oh, is the other race of Slaughter? I can't pronounce your name. Dread it. gameboyf9 getting some good exploration going. I don't think we've seen... Yes, we've seen this far north. Yeah, agility is the only thing that will hold them back at this point. Only having 60 agility at this point, they can't run from the Red Dragons or the Armored Knights, which we're looking at in stereo. Well, it was Golem on up2ng's side. But the ability to run from your enemies is an important part of being able to make the dive in Charlock, because you don't want to sit there and... Oh, we found 2 towns. Staff of Rain. I'm sorry, I'm just getting distracted. We have found the Staff of Rain cave on gameboyf9's side. Going back to it, they're going to want more than 66 agility when they make the dive, but level 13 at this point, this early, I think they're going to find a couple more levels, and you want a little more agility. Game Boy F9 sitting on 83 defense power, which is only 3 defense power away from the cap that you want, that Dragon Lord 2 can't hit you for more than 48 damage. But defense power is important, but I think the actual agility is what they're worried about, the actual ability to run from. We haven't seen Charlock at this point, what Charlock has to offer, but the actual ability to run from red dragons or armored knights is, I think, what we're worried about. Hey, we got Jake Hooper in the chat room. I think Jake Hooper, round of 8 competitor, if I'm not mistaken. You won your round of 16 match, correct? Honestly, at 30 minutes into this game, we're kind of close to endgame stats, to be honest with you. Game Boy F9 has the Death Necklace, which puts him on 125 attack power. He has 11 heal mores. He's not too far away from endgame stats at this point. Game Boy F9. This is the mountain cave. I think this is going to be important. There's 5 chests here in the mountain cave, and he's certainly looking for the Stones of Sunlight. I have a feeling that Eric's token is going to be hidden. I think we're going to have to search for it. I think that they might let us know in Cantlin where it's at. Good intermediate monsters that we're seeing in the swamp cave. Nothing too scary. Up2ng is doing a really nice job of keeping up on experience. He's only about 1,000 behind, which we've seen a really nice grind from Armored Knights, which means he's only sitting about 5 Armored Knights behind Game Boy F9 at this point. Yeah, this game is far from over. Got a Dragon Scale in the wings. Gosh, this is a cave you would love to see at level 8. Am I wrong? Magic Key. You're seeing metal scorpions and magic drakeys. This is what you want to see when you don't have hurt more and you have, you know, a decent amount of attack power. Gold. So we haven't found the Stones of Sunlight yet. And we found Cantlin. So where do we think the Stones of Sunlight are? Is it key locked behind Garen's grave? Where are we at right now? Oh wow, very easy to find. We have 9-5. I didn't even see if they were south, east, or west or anything like that. I just saw Single-digit numbers, and I know it's extremely easy to find. So Game Boy F9 is going to find his, I think has to be at this point, Erdrick's token at this point. 9 south, 5 west, which I think Game Boy F9 is basically standing on it at this point. Oh no, he's... Did I miss him picking it up? Who knows? But something sneaky that we're watching. up2ng is taking the experience lead. If he takes down this enemy, I think he's gonna hit level 14 or be very, very close to level 14. It's 56. I think. Okay, he's... There we go, level 14. up2ng is taking the experience lead in this race. Both of our runners are running strength HP, so there's no advantage to be found through the starting their name. Thank you. I knew it was 56 something. I'm not sure what Game Boy is doing right now, Lorgon. It's maybe trying to find levels at this point. Both are at level 14. I would say that Game Boy has the exploration lead at this point. He's found the mountain cave and he's completely searched it. We know that, you know, nothing in the mountain cave was that important. Yeah, Mr. Holmes, this is actually very close to being winnable at this point. They're sitting on 11 Healmores at this point. If you look at up2ng stat, he actually has not... Oh, he does have the deck... I'm sorry. He does have the Death Necklace, so he's effectively sitting on 133 attack power, which is... This is starting where I would want to... The stats that I'd want to have to be able to dive. At this actual moment, it would be tricky, but I think it's actually doable. Under Tantagel was, I think, as the Jerk Cave, if I'm not mistaken. up2ng found the mountain cave, but it's not... We know that this is not going to yield him anything of use. We're still looking for the Stones of Sunlight at this point. We have not found the Stones of Sunlight, which that we know is in a cave, which is in a chest. And was that the fairy flute at the search spot for Game Boy F9? So does that... So we've seen Cole, we've seen Hawksness, we've seen the Overworld spot, so that means the token and the Stones of Sunlight are sitting in chests. We have Game Boy F9 diving to the lower reaches of Garen's grave. which I believe will, from what we've seen, I believe that this will give him, who knows, he could find them both at this point. Game Boy F9. Let's see what we find from the 4th cave. This could very well be both his key items that he needs. up2ng has completely cleared the mountain cave and not found anything that he needs. And we found the Stones of Sunlight from the 4th chest. We're diving deeper in Garen's grave. If this is Erdrick's token in this final chest, it's a huge lead for Game Boy F9. I actually think that Game Boy F9 could actually win at this point if he finds Erdrick's token in this chest. Both of our runners sitting about 1,000 experience away from level 15. Oh, the fairy water found in the last spot. Chat, what haven't we seen yet for Erdrick's token? Rimuldar. Yeah, that's right. We haven't seen that town yet. I don't think we've seen the swamp cave either. So Rimuldar could be hiding behind the swamp cave. Oh. There's a cave. Sorry, I'm a bad announcer. I don't remember if we've seen that cave before. I assume we have. Because Game Boy avoided it. I'll just tell you what, I'm rooting for a sub-hour seed. This is a seed that can definitely be done in sub-hour if we find Erdrick's token. And because we know that the Jerk Cave is under Tantagel, and we know where Charlock is, so the only thing our runners are looking for now, up2ng still looking for. Oh wow, here we go. Gabe hidden behind Charlock Castle. I believe this has to be Erdrick's token, and it is. Game Boy F9 has everything needed to beat the game. He has the Staff of Ring, the Stones of Sunlight, and Erdrick's token, and he knows where Charlock is. He knows where the Jerk Cave is. He has everything that he needs to beat the game at this point. He's sitting about 500 experience away from level 15, which we would think level 15 would be a safe level. From what we're looking at right now, 133 attack power with the Death Necklace it's close. I mean, he sitting on 11 heal mores. It would be close, but you know, only sitting 450 experience away from level 15. If level 15 has any kind of significant stat gains, you know, it's go mode. $75 agility is still kind of tricky. You don't want to see red dragons or armored knights with that much agility. Certainly, they're not sitting on an amount of agility. They're not sitting on an amount of MP at this point that they can actually use heal mores to get away from monsters. So we have almost identical experience at this point, but gameboyf9 having the clear exploration lead. I believe he is going to Charlock. He probably wants to dust off level 15, see what level 15 has to offer. And there's level 15 for gameboyf9. We are at 1 power, 8 agility, 1 hit point, 14 magic. Gives you an extra heal more. But he is going for level 16. So we have gameboyf9 grinding to level 16. Chat, help me out. It's 9750 for level 16. Am I wrong? 9750. Thank you, Lord of the Synth. He's sitting at about 1600 experience away. He's probably sitting at 9 armored knights away from level 16. I would have to think at this point level 16 is the go level. It's extremely close at this point. Charlock is on the main continent. Not a very far walk from the main level. Okay. I'd like to welcome in NES Cardinality to this commentary.
Hello, everyone. I'm here a bit late, but look.
You've walked into an absolute jet seed.
I
so
have indeed. It looks like there's already a lot to talk about. Obviously, at level 14, it was possible to win, but players were concerned about low agility and a couple other factors. But now I see at level 15, Game Boy has all the equipment, and he's still fighting armored knights. It was a little bit of a surprise to me.
Yeah, it was.
And obviously, up2ng doesn't have the token yet, but if he finds it soon, he could win at level 15. Things are going to be pretty close one way or another.
Yeah, the token is hidden in Rimeldar. I'm not sure what gameboyf9 is going for at this point because he's sitting about 1,000 experience away from level 16. He took a lot of fights to get to where he's at.
Right, so I'm guessing his plan is to build the rest of the level on the way down because he knows he has enough MP. I'm just honestly surprised that he didn't go right away at the beginning of 15. But I guess he's a little worried about agility, and maybe there being too many red dragons in Charlock. I don't know if he's been there yet or not, but that would be the main
Neither
concern.
of our runners have actually been inside Charlock.
Okay.
Charlock is very close to the starting area. There's no problem getting there. We'll see if there's any problem with it. 83 agility is not too bad for the ability to run from. I mean, of course you'd always want more, but 83 agility is not too bad. It's in the green as far as our tracker is concerned. Sitting on 124 attack power and with more than enough HP for the death necklace, which would put him in the 134 attack power range.
Yeah, so it's looking like about 13 attacks to win. So with 13 heal mores, there's a lot of room for safety. And Game Boy really doesn't need to finish this level off on the way down, but he's done so much of it already. I'm assuming he's just going to finish it, especially since he has to fight the mini-boss, which is a big portion of it.
Yeah, sitting about exactly 1,000 experience away at this point.
And the Armored Knight looked like a perfect opportunity. Not only was it run-locking him, but also only casting Hurt. I imagine if he encounters another one, he'll probably fight it.
Yeah, that's actually how our runners got so far ahead was Hawksness was so close, and the Armored Knights were the enemy at Hawksness and very, very killable. Only casting Hurt. But we see red dragons on the second levels of Hawksness, taking it away from it.
And this is about the point that Game Boy would feel pretty good about his decision. He still has all 13 of his heal mores. He can burn at least 2 and still feel fairly confident, and I'm sure he knows that. But for the moment, he's playing it very safe and just trying to run from red dragons and seeing where he's at once if he has to burn heal mores on the way down.
Running from a golem, he does have the fairy flute to take that 5-second free. Okay, he gets away. To catch you up, this was an extremely free seed. We saw Edric's sword in the first 3 chests, and Edric's armor was in coal, which was very close to the starting area. So this has been a very jet seed for our runners.
Nice.
And it looks like up2ng is going for the Charlock dive as well.
Yeah, so this is what I expected from up2ng. He's going for it at level 15. He knows that he has enough. He knows that level 14 was enough, but dangerous. I think this level is less dangerous, and I think he's making the right play. Game Boy has a little bit of a lead, so the extra grinding, it looks like it's going to serve him well. But we're going to have to see how long it takes him to fight a couple extra monsters to get that level. Right now, it basically all depends on run luck and encounter frequency.
Yeah, he's only about 3 floors ahead at this point.
Always nice to see a close finish, and yeah, I didn't even look at the clock until now, but only 53 minutes in, and both players are diving. That is neat.
So we have gameboyf9 sitting at about 550 experience away from level 16. I mean, they have the stats right now to do it on level 15, but I mean, whatever we see at level 16, I assume we're going to see level 16 because he's fighting this wizard and he still has to do the trap tile. anything is going to be good. We have more than enough HP for the Death Necklace. He's not used any MP other than, I think, a Radiant spell. Still sitting on 13 heal mores, I believe.
And having the Death Necklace and more than enough attack power, there's nothing left to go for in the Treasury. The ring is probably there, but neither player needs it. So it's on to the Dragon Lord.
I think this is going to be a sub-hour.
Yeah, if Game Boy finishes on this dive, he'll finish in under an hour. Up2ng, it's going to be close, but I think he can do it as well.
So we have gameboyf9 200 experience away from level 16. I think whatever is in a trap tile is going to give him level 16.
Yes.
Armored Knight's casting Hurt. He's running from it because he knows that whatever he finds in the trap tile is going to give it to him.
Yeah, it seems like there's no real wrong decision against this Armored Knight that clearly has 75% hurt. It's a safe situation, even if he can't run for a few turns. Unfortunately, he's getting bad luck right now, but it's probably not going to cost him. And as I say, he hasn't even burned one of his extra heal mores yet. He's got at least 2 that he can burn comfortably, so I think he'll be fine whatever happens. But wow, up2ng joining him on the bottom floor. I mean, this has become a very close finish.
Blue Dragon for the last enemy.
And keep in mind, Game Boy will also have a faster Dragon Lord fight with a little bit more strength, assuming he gets a boost from this level, which is likely.
Blue Dragons have hurt more, but it's not going to... I mean, he has the heal more to spare for it. Alright, let's see what we see for level 16. 6 power, 3 agility, no HP... That's more than enough. Everything is in green.
Wow, yeah. It's a super point where you're 2 levels ahead of where you could have gone and 1 level ahead of where you were definitely safe, but got a little extra buffer just in case anything went wrong. So
up2ng's absolutely on his heels.
Right behind there. I mean, this is the kind of race where they could be within a minute of each other, and that's just really neat.
Yeah, he's a miss menu away from taking over.
up2ng using Stop Spell on the Blue Dragon for safety. Not necessary, but it worked, and he's safe. So yeah, a really clean dive for up2ng. He definitely gained some ground. Both players on the Dragon Lord now. I mean, again, you couldn't ask for a closer
This is going to be within a minute, I would say.
Yes.
I think this is a pretty, you know, short of a miss menu. I think this is a pretty free fight for Game Boy, but we're very, very close.
And I'm looking at up2ng's numbers, and again, because he has all his heal mores, there's just virtually no chance that he'll lose either. Very safe fight for both, and we'll just see how close it comes in the end. Game Boy with an obvious lead here, but under a minute between the two of them.
I haven't been keeping track of damage at all. I assume it's safe for both of them.
Yeah, it's always hard to keep track of damage when you're watching 2 players at once.
Yeah, and I mean it's hard to keep track of damage when you know it's a fairly safe run as well. You know, if it was close, we'd be counting the damage to the number, but at, you know, everything being green at this point, you know, short of a miss menu, this is a kill.
And just to give you guys an idea of how close this is, up2ng they came in with the same number of heal mores, and Game Boy has only used 4 more heal mores than up2ng. So basically, they are 8 rounds of attacks apart in this battle, which is definitely less than a minute. It's so close.
Yes, it's extremely close, and this is, you know, both could Both could finish within an hour, which is just insane. gameboyf9 kills the Dragon Lord and is going to finish. Neither of our racers has saved the princess, and gameboyf9 finishes.
GG Game Boy.
59 minutes and 12 seconds. GG Game Boy.
Sub hour is going to be super close for up2ng. Super close.
Super close. He's absolutely. It's a free win. I mean, not a free win for him, but he has 3 EMRs left.
It should be one more attack based solely on the amount of EMRs he has left.
And he's 18 seconds. I think he's just gonna miss the hour by seconds.
Oh, it's gonna be so close. I don't remember exactly how long it takes. It's gonna be so close. Oh, wow.
I'm at exactly an hour and 10 seconds.
Wow. GG to up2ng. Such a close race. And yeah, they were within a minute.
I'm going to try to get both of them into the room for interviews. It's such a close race.
You couldn't ask for more. I'm looking forward to watching the first 20 minutes that I missed.
I mean, 58 seconds difference.
I came in when they were just above 5,000 experience. Game Boy had a 400 experience lead, and up2ng caught up, and they were virtually tied for the entire duration of their grinding until they went looking for the token, and that's when Game Boy took a slight lead. It was so close. This looks like it was just an awesome race from start to finish. So yeah, GG to both of them.
That's one of these things you wish it was a best of 3 at this point. Love to see that one run back. But hey, this is a stacked tournament. Absolutely stacked. I mean, this is a round of 16 match, and this was this close.
Indeed. I was just saying last night, it's a shame that we have to eliminate so many players this early, because Game Boy and up2ng are obviously 2 players who could have won this entire tournament, and one of them has to go as of this match. It's just a shame, but we're going to see so much more, thankfully, from the Final 8 and the Final 4 over the next couple of weeks. So much to look forward to.
I mean, these are 2 absolutely top 10 runners. I mean, gameboyf9 is, barely edged you for #1 SRL.
Yeah, Game Boy...
up2ng is like number 10, but I think he's higher than number 10, to be honest with you. I mean, this was an absolutely stacked round of 16 matchup.
And it looks like we are joined by Game Boy right now. GG, Game Boy.
Hey, Game Boy. GG.
Hey, thank you. That was fun.
Win by 58 seconds.
Little bit of a nail biter at the end. Both of you fighting the Dragon Lord at the same time.
Oh man. One of these days we're gonna get OT, man. We're gonna have overtime.
That's the dream.
Yeah. So it seems like up2ng did the same thing I did at the beginning of the race. Yes.
Actually, yeah, you had a decent, about 1,000 experience lead. You went on 16, he went on 15. I think that was what made it close. I think you had like a solid 1,000 to 1,500 experience the whole way through, but you fighting down to 16 on the way is what made it close.
Yeah, that was so close, but I believe I did not learn return until 16, and I didn't have a pair of wings, and that was why I went to 16.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. But that was the difference.
Also, red dragons. Red Dragons, vanilla Red Dragons.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, up2ng.
Hey there. Good game.
Yeah, good game. That was a jet seed, that's for sure.
Jet seed, 58 seconds behind.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey,
yeah, I didn't do much wrong, that's for sure. I just at the end of the game, I wish I had continued my routing further north and gone to Rimildar before going back. At the time when I went in that part of the map, I didn't do much wrong. For some reason in my mind, when I found Cantlin, I thought that was the town. Like I had seen the town from the other side of the map. I saw it was kind of like near Charlock, but I couldn't get to it or whatever. And when I got over there, somehow I thought that was Cantlin, and I just didn't know where Rimildar was. But if I had thought about it and realized that it was just right there, further north, I would have checked that first, and then I probably would have won. But that's the only thing.
Yeah, I missed on that too, and I saw a glimpse of a town on the other side of Charlock, and I forgot about it.
Yeah,
exactly. I thought Cantlin was the town.
That's exactly what happened to me. I knew it was there, and it actually kind of led me to Cantlin. I kind of passed right by the caves, thinking, well, I know the town's over here. And then when I found it, it was like, oh, well, that's it, and it wasn't. So if I had just realized it earlier, because I still needed 2 quest items, and there were only 3 chests left. Yeah. I just wish I had gone and gotten the one in Rimildar first. It would have saved me a couple of minutes. But yeah, other than that, I just I feel like I played really well. So
yeah, you both played really, really well. I mean, obviously, sub hour for Game Boy, and you missed sub hour by 10 seconds. I mean, it was extremely close. I mean, it was really well played on both sides. I mean, sad. I mean, this is like a finals match, not a round of 16 match.
Yeah, I know. Typically for me, the type of seed where you get or at least from my point of view, when I get the level before I've finished finding everything on the map, that's usually to my detriment, because I have a style where I tend to explore the map a little bit slower, and I make sure that I'm getting experience and that sort of thing, so that when the time comes, I have a good experience lead. But
yeah,
if the level to go is early, that kind of works to my disadvantage. So that's what happened to me. I was at the level way before I found everything, and that's
yeah, for sure. We saw that. I mean, gameboyf9, definitely, a difference in the race was gameboyf9 stayed in Hawksness for quite a while you were exploring, and he got a pretty
I'm
decent
surprised he won then, because I remember thinking at the time, like, wow, we're getting experience really fast, I really can't stay here. And yeah, I'm surprised, because he probably was at the level really way before then. I don't know, just running away from everything on the overworld then, right?
When did I start grinding Axe Knights? I had like 80 experience, right? Is that right?
Yeah, you went pretty early. Like, I mean, HP was really high in this seed, so I mean, it was a good grind with the Axe Knights having hurt.
Well, yeah, and it's like as soon as I saw Armored Knights and they had hurt, and I think they had like a 25% heal more at the end, I was like, no, I'm not going anywhere until I'm close to Dragon Lord eligible. I think I left at level 12.
Yeah, you did. I mean, it was that's really like the difference that I saw in the race was you stayed in Hawksness till level 12. We're up to
I like that strategy. Usually I think in this seed that's kind of a mistake, but I mean, you did win, so there was something to it.
I mean, 58 seconds.
I mean, it's just like we had no resistance in killing anything on the overworld, so it's just the experience was there anyways. I don't know. By the time I did that fight, I was already at like level 7 or 8, so it wasn't super early. But I only got like 1 level there, and I felt like it was urgency. I had to continue.
Yeah, well, if you watch it back, he got about a 1,500 experience lead from the Hawksness grind, but you made up the difference on the overworld, and obviously it was within a minute of each other.
That was crazy. I had a feeling I was a couple of minutes behind when I started watching the clock. It really felt like it was a sub-hour seed. And then I was just like, man, it's just I'm not quite going to get there. I feel like he's probably going to do it right before me. So, yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, well, I'll say this, though. Lord of the Synth is rolling all the seeds from now on.
Oh, yeah.
No kidding.
For sure. Nice. Well, it sounds like quite a different strategy. Then I'll have to watch it back later and check it out. That's always fun to do. Like I said, I'm not like a super efficient explorer of the map. So for me, like the seeds where you still need a lot of experience after finishing the map, it's better off because this one really came down to how fast you could really find everything.
Exactly.
Oh man.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Awesome race. Like, this could have been the finals, but it was round of 16.
Lord, hey Wolfman, I have a piece of meat for you. He said grumble, grumble. So I have to give him the piece of meat from Zelda 1.
Nice. I love it. Yeah, well, really good game, Game Boy. I'm sure you're going to be one of the favorites in every round from here on out. So yeah, looking forward to more.
Well, I've got to deal with Tristal. Well, and he is pretty much I would consider him my Achilles heel. And I say that because like if we play standard, if we play on standard settings, I think he's beaten me more than I've beaten him. So
is this to the best of 3 now, or is it still 1-on-1?
Yeah, it's still best BO1. Yep.
Okay. Well, Ness, yeah, thank you for jumping in with me.
Yeah, no problem.
You guys, really good race. I mean, seriously, within 58 seconds of each other. Absolutely. I have no idea how I mean, I'm out now. You're still in. I'm going to have to say it. I have no idea how I beat you, Game Boy.
Well, I mean, it happens in randomizer sometimes.
I know
sometimes,
random as hell, but so good. I mean, such a good race.
But I mean, up2ng almost got me. So I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, that was about as good as I could have played that seed. So I have no problems with how my tournament went. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of success in the Swiss rounds, and I felt like I played this race really well. So, I'll be happy to watch the rest of the tournament.
Well, hopefully you'll still be. Hopefully you'll commentate a little bit more for us. Yes.
Oh yeah, I think that's always fun to do. Cool. I enjoy that. Should be fun.
So let's jump over and let's see what's happening on the Tilo match.
Looking forward to it.